We'll get started, guys. We started the recording. So welcome to all of the new members that were able to make it today. If you have to leave early, no problem. This is going to be recorded and will be uploaded to the Google Drive. As I've mentioned, we've had a few issues with regards to the internet on my side. So with regards to the rendering, it's just taken a little bit longer to fully upload. So a little bit of patience, guys. You'll be able to get access to it. Today, we're going to have a look at the first part of the break and retest course. Let me reshare my screen again. New share here. Okay, so for the break and retest strategy, we're going to go this week for the next 5 days. I'm trying to limit it to about 45 minutes to an hour. I understand everybody's got a life and have family and what have you, so we'll try and do this as efficiently and effectively as possible. Okay, so this strategy is solely to be used in the Forex market. It has not been tested on any other markets, i.e. stocks. So try your best just to stick to the Forex market if you possibly can. And this can be used for major pairs, minor pairs, and exotic pairs. Price action is price action. So I hope you guys find it useful. The next 5 days is going to be packed with a lot of information. So I don't expect you guys to pick up immediately, depending on where you are with regards to your knowledge of the Forex market. If you are more advanced and you pick it up quicker, then fantastic. At the end of the week, I'll talk to you guys about a very powerful technique that I recommend you try and practice before going live on your account, also taking into account we're in December now. So we're going to be looking at day one. This is going to be basic price action, understanding what price action is, looking at the two candle formations that we're really going to be identifying as potential trading opportunities. We're going to understand a little bit about market structure, which is going to be super simple. This whole course is super simple. And I think that if you keep it super simple, then you know what, this is where you're going to accelerate in your trading careers. We're going to look at identifying your zones. So that will be fun. Day two, we'll have a look at an in-depth look at the market structure and pattern recognition. Day two is very, very fun. And I'm sure you guys will enjoy it a lot. And I think it's going to be a lot different to what you already know. So what I'd ask you guys kindly to do for me is trust me, at least for the next 5 days, as much information as you know about the market. All I ask you to do is just pop that to one side, put it in a compartment, put a lock on it, and just try and watch this 5-day course with an open mind. Day three, we're going to be looking at different time frames, how we use them to our advantage, looking at potential trading opportunities, and then we'll run through the criteria for potential trading opportunities. A little switch up this week. With our first group, we had a fantastic week, but just some feedback from some of our members. Instead of looking at day four, buying at higher lows, lower highs, double tops and double bottoms, which is pretty advanced, we're going to go straight into entries and stop loss, risk to reward ratio, and protecting your trades. How unprofessional of me, I should have redone this, but there you go. Just to illustrate the point, we're going to now be switching day four for day five and day five for day four. Okay, and then on your final day, guys, we're going to be looking at this here. So I really hope that you enjoy what's to come. Today is probably our simplest day, so there's not going to be too much information where you're going to be overloaded with. And what we're going to go straight into is what is price action, understanding market structure, and then, of course, how we draw our zones. So for everybody that's here, I want you to do your best to come off mute. I believe that the best way to learn is by getting involved. So I'm going to ask you some very simple questions. If you guys can just give me very simple answers, and then we can keep the ball rolling, okay? If you've got things going on in the background, please mute yourself. If not, jump in, quick answer, mute yourself and go back out, okay? So first and foremost, guys, we're all traders. We trade the Forex market. Everybody should know the simple question, what is price action? So if one or two people can be brave enough, please, just to come in and just give me their thoughts on what price action is, that will really help the flow of the webinar, help yourself and help the other members here And as I said, we are a big family, so there's nobody needs to feel embarrassed, okay? So quick question, guys. What is price action in its simplest form? Is anybody going to come forward for me?
Candle formation.
Very good. Simple. That's the answer to the question, okay? So price action is literally candle formation, okay? Now, we can take price action and make it bigger than it really is. We can start looking at price action on this chart and say to ourselves, okay, so we're looking at this chart. We've obviously done our research on YouTube, on Google, wherever we may find information on Forex, and we might say to ourselves, okay, this market is pushing down, price is not breaking the structure, we have a kangaroo tail, we have a doji, we have an engulfing candle, we have a pin bar, we have a shooting star, evening star, we have Bob, Mark, George, whatever else it is, okay? This is how we can start illustrating what price action is. But in its simplest form, price action is how we make our decisions to take a trade, whether it be a sell or a buy, okay? As price action traders, we trade with no indicators whatsoever. The most that we would use as price action traders will be what? Does anybody know? As price action traders, does anybody know what indicators we may use? It looks something like this.
Oh, do you use the EMAs?
Yeah, very good. Okay. So as price action traders, we may use moving averages. Okay. Now, with the strategy that we use, the most common indicators that you'll find that we'll be using will be the 50 EMA. Okay. Does anybody know what the 50 EMA would represent if we're using them?
The price movement of the last 50 bars, or the price average of the last 50 bars.
Yeah, that's very true. Thank you, Kath. That's what obviously how it's calculated. The 50 moving average is used, and this is why you'll find that more often than not, it will cut through price, is what we call a mean value. Okay? In Forex, price loves to be close to a mean value, which simply means if price is to pull away for whatever reason, whether it be economic news, manipulation in the market, it will always pull back to its mean value, because this is where price is most comfortable. Okay? That's the power of the 50 EMA. So if we see market structure in this formation, and then we see that price has pulled away from the market, more often than not, and the 50 EMA is around here, more often than not, price will have to pull back to this level, okay? And this is how the banks manage the economy, okay? Each day, banks must take at least one trade in order to meet the demands of their clients, okay? If price pulls away from their mean value, then price becomes too expensive to enter the market. So more often than not, price will always range around this level. So it's very important to bear that in mind. We then have, what you'll find is this, okay? And this is what we call the 200 EMA, okay? Does anybody know why we would use the 200 EMA if you want? Of course, you don't have to. I'm a naked trader, so I don't. I used to. But does anybody know why we use the 200 EMA? Nope? Okay. So the 200...
Support and resistance.
Okay, that almost.
Is it just the general direction of the market you would use that?
Very good, yeah. So the 200 EMA usually represents the direction where the market is moving. So if you notice, when the price is above this 200 EMA, where do we see the market moving? It's a simple answer. It's either up or down. What's the answer?
Up.
Okay. When the market is trading below the 200 EMA, we see that the price is doing what? Simple answer, yes or no? Yes or no? Up or down?
Down.
All right, very good. Okay. And then finally, we have the 14 EMA, which looks something like this. Okay. Now, the 14 EMA is obviously a quick moving average EMA, which indicates price's immediate movement. Okay. Now, they're all very good if you understand them collectively. If you don't understand them collectively, then it's very difficult to obviously trade with. Well, not difficult, but you're going to find that you're confusing yourself a little bit more than usual. So the best thing to do, guys, if you are price action traders, we base our analysis off of candle formation only, okay? And I'm going to go into details about that. And if you want, then you can potentially use the EMAs. And the ones that I recommended are the best ones to use with regards to this strategy. So as price action traders, we look at naked charts only or moving averages, and of course, no indicators. We are looking for two things as price action traders. If we don't use indicators and we potentially use moving averages, what are we looking for when it comes to trading? To try and help identify potential areas where we can sell or buy the market. What does this look like? What are we looking for? Very simply, what are we looking for, guys? I'm going to unmute everybody and force you to talk. This is called what? And this is called what?
Oh,
Support resistance. We're looking for buys.
Very good. Right. Okay. So all we're going to be looking for is for strong areas of support and resistance. And with the break and retest strategy, you may know this, guys, with whatever strategy you use, to be honest with you, we call these dynamic levels of support and resistance. What's the difference? There's none. We are simply looking for strong levels where price indicates to us that it potentially may go down, or where price is indicating to us that it potentially may go up. Okay, we'll get into that in 2 seconds. And of course, in order to get into a trade, we have to make a bias. Now, there's only 3 things that the market can do. Okay, the market can push up, the market can push down, or the market can go sideways. If the market is going up, guys, what are we looking for?
green candles.
Buys,
Very good. If the market is going down, what are we looking for?
Sells.
sells,
Exactly. It's that simple. If the market is going sideways, what are we looking for?
we wait for a
Break.
break up or down.
Okay. And if
Break
we're
and
learning the break and retest strategy, we wait for the break of the structure and then for price to come back to a retest to confirm either sells or for buys. Okay. So what I'm trying to illustrate to you guys is that this is stupid simple. I'm going to keep using this throughout the next 5 days. We are simply looking for market structure, which indicates that price is potentially going down. Let's get rid of this one. Price is potentially going up. Let's get rid of this one, actually. And then we're going to be looking to see if price is... this will do for now. Going sideways. Okay, so these are the 3 biggest decisions that you're going to have to make using strategy. Identify market structure to find out whether the market is going up, whether the market is going down, or whether the market is going sideways. As you go through the course, you'll start to realize and understand market structure in more detail. And market structure is the fundamental key to any strategy you will use. And if you can understand and identify market structure to an in-depth level and have a clear direction of where you're going to trade, then it makes trading easier. Because then you don't have to battle with the decision, oh, this looks like a sell opportunity, but hold on, it's bounced off the support. So now I'm going to look for a buy opportunity. hold on a minute, it didn't hold on the buy opportunity because there's now a pin bar, so I can look for a sell opportunity if it breaks structure. We don't want that kind of mindset coming into the Forex market. We want to have a clear direction. So just a quick example, just to make sure you guys understand, if the market is moving up in this direction, what are we looking for?
Buys.
Okay,
Buys.
thank you guys. I appreciate your support. If the market is moving down this direction, what are we looking for?
Sells.
Sells.
Thank you very much. And if the market is, we need to find a nicer, okay, this will do again. If the market is moving in this direction, what are we potentially looking for?
Breakouts.
Breakouts.
In what direction?
Up or down.
Breakout up to buy, breakout down to sell.
Very good. Thank you very much. So that's as simple as we're going to keep it this week in terms of the strategy. And of course, we only have 3 important decisions to make. Are we going to buy? Are we going to sell? Or are we going to wait for a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside? Now, of course, it goes a little bit more deeper than that. But this is why I'm saying to you guys, please, whatever you've learned in the Forex market through books, other courses, other mentorships, try and trust me just for 5 days, put that to one side, and let's work on this simple strategy. And of course, as I said, you can learn it in 6 hours. Execution is different. Application is different. So we're going to work on that as a community together to really narrow this down. And as I said, it's December now. We'll let this month run. We'll backtest, backtest, backtest. I'll teach you guys a great exercise you can do to help reinforce different patterns, to help build faith, and to help you really, really trust in what you're doing. This will be all explained to you later on in the week, and it will happen on Thursday. So let's stop with the chit chat, and we really just need to now go into how we're drawing zones. Okay, for those that have partook in the course already, if you have an input, I would love you to get involved because your feedback is always very good. But what we'll do now is go into understanding basic market structure, and then of course how we draw our zones. Now, you guys probably have gone onto YouTube, read books, done other courses, and you've been taught many different ways how to draw support and resistance. So one thing I want to say to you guys is that, and it's very important to understand this, if you were to take your support and resistance line and drop it here, okay, let's make this bigger so that we can see. Let's make this black and let's make this bigger. Okay, so if we drop our support and resistance line here, if it doesn't match up at this point in time, do you think if we go back far enough, it will match up with something?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very true. So we see support here, we see support here, we see support, we see resistance, we see resistance, we see support, and so on and so forth. So it can be very, very deceiving and very, very difficult to identify where you put your support and resistance, because if I started to get trigger happy and do all of this and this and this and this and this and this, I can promise you, if I go far back enough to the left, I will find a level. So what you guys have to start doing is taking current price action, okay? And when I say current price action, whether this be on your MT4 account or your TradingView account, you will simply click this button, and whatever you see in front of you, you will work from your right to your left. And I know you guys have been taught differently, but I promise you this works. You will simply work from your right to your left. And I do not want to see anybody going back here and here and here. If you lose a trade, I don't want you to go back here and here and here and say, oh yeah, it was a support. If you lose a trade, I don't want you to go back here and say this is a resistance. I simply want you guys to click your button and work with what's on your screen here, okay? This is current price action, and this is going to tell you everything you need to know about the market for the strategy that we're going to be using. So how do we do this? Well, very simply, guys, we just need to identify a basic market structure. Now, I don't want you to get too technical and start dropping it in here and then saying to me, okay, this is a support level, this is a resistance level, this is resistance, this is potentially support, then resistance. I don't want you guys to do that, okay? I want you to keep it as basic as you possibly can. So this is how we're going to do it, okay? What does everybody see this structure as here? There's going to be two names for them. We're going to have highs and lows. What structure level is this? Is this a high or a low?
A high.
High.
Okay. So we have a structure high. What do we have here?
High.
Thank you. No. I don't want you guys to start talking about higher lows, lower highs, and all of that. I just really want you guys to keep it simple, okay? So just trust me for the moment. This is a high. This is a high. What do we have here?
Huh?
A high. Okay. Now, what I want to illustrate to you guys, okay, this price action that you're seeing now is very simple to identify. Do you agree with me? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do I identify that this is a strong level of resistance? Okay. There's much more to candles than we can actually really comprehend as human beings. Okay. So one tip that I want you guys to take on board is go into your options where you can select a line. Okay. Now, in Forex, okay, there's many different strategies, and there is a strategy where a guy named Niall Fuller, okay, a phenomenal trader, and you'll find him on YouTube. You can have a look at him. His name's called Niall Fuller. He trades a strategy based on what he calls icebergs, okay, and I call them spears because it's much easier to identify. If we look at this market structure, and we've obviously dropped in our resistance level, can you see this formation here that looks like a spear?
Yeah.
Everybody can see that.
Mhm.
Does anybody know why price action has created a spear at this level?
It's a U-turn.
Yeah, literally, it's a U-turn. So what we identify is price was pushing up to this level very strongly. And then what happened? All of a sudden, price created this spear formation. After this spear formation happened, what did price do? It continued to push down. So now we can identify this level as a strong level of potential resistance. So if price to come back to this level, what we'll do, and as you guys will realize later on, if price was pushing up, I want you guys to get involved. If price was pushing up, then all of a sudden rallied to the downside, that is a potential sign that price is doing what? Price was pushing up, and then all of a sudden
Rejecting that.
reversing. Okay. Now, everybody should know this formation. If price comes to this level and reverses, we know now that there are sell orders in this level. Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
If price comes back to this level, what are we expecting price to do?
Reverse again.
Potentially reverse. If price comes back to this level after a long period of time, what is this formation called?
Double top.
Double top.
Very good. Okay. So we know this is a strong level. So we're going to use this level. Okay. So price rallied to the downside. It came back. And what formation did we form again? What market structure? What do we call this? A spear. What happened?
Sold off.
It rejected. Price wasn't able to continue pushing to the downside for a long period of time. Does anybody know why price was not able to continue pushing down? In order for price to continue pushing, it must exhaust. When it's exhausting, it's collecting what?
Orders.
Sell off.
Order.
If price failed to continue to push down, what does this illustrate to us potentially? That there was not enough.
Selling orders.
Sellers.
Very good. So price has to come back to a strong level in order to collect orders. In this instance, an example, we can see that price came back to this level. What formation do we see again here?
Double top. Well, spear.
A
Spear.
spear. Okay, so this spear is an indication to us that price is potentially going to continue to push to the downside. So that's our second level of resistance. Now we have another level of resistance. We have a spear formation, a spear formation. Now, price came to this level again, but it went flat. Does anybody know what this potentially could mean?
Consolidating.
Very good. Okay, so now we have identified how we put our resistance levels, okay? Using our, obviously, candle charts and simply looking for clear structure highs, okay? I do not care what's happening with these wicks. I do not care what's happening with these wicks. I don't want anybody to come to me and say, do we put it on the body? Do we do this? Do we do that? Okay, this is it. If you want to put it here, you can put it here. If you want to put it here, you can put it here. But what do we know about this price range, price level? In this area, what do we know?
The sell
Price
orders.
reject.
Very good. So if you put your resistance level here, okay, and then price decides to come back to this level and rejects this level and pushes down, but it doesn't come back to your resistance, nobody should say to me, oh, I missed my sell because I didn't put my resistance level correct, okay? What I want you guys to start to learn to do is understand that price can come anywhere in this range. And as you will learn later on in the week, I'll show you a very simple way to enter the market. These false breakouts are blessings to us with the break and retest strategy. Because if we see price breaking this structure level, say we put this level here, and we see price breaking this structure level, does anybody know who will be enticed into the market if the price breaks this level?
Buyers.
Very good. And if price on the lower time frame, say 30-minute, 15-minute, and 5-minute traders starts to push down and then find support again, who's going to be enticed into the market? So price breaks,
Yeah.
buyers may be enticed.
Buyers.
Price comes back to this level and then starts to look like it's pushing up. What have institutions now enticed into the market? Who have they enticed? What types of traders?
Retest traders.
Very good. And then what happens? Price rallies up, collects as many orders they want, and then we have a huge push to the downside. This may be news, guys, so we're not going to use it as a 100% illustration because this is probably news, but this is what happens in the markets all of the time, okay? We see this strong level of resistance. Price pushes into this zone. Now buyers are enticed into the market. Retest traders may be enticed into the market, and then price drops again, okay? So where you put your resistance is not as important as how you identify what's happening in the market structure. I'm going to go into more details. If we look at this market structure, this is your high. This is your what now?
Lower high.
And what is this?
Lower high.
So what do you think we're looking for?
Sells.
Very good. That's as simple as we're going to keep trading, okay? If price starts to push up, we're not looking for buys because we're in a sell bias market. But I don't want to give away too much. We're going to go into more details as we go on through the week, okay? So now we've identified that these levels are strong levels of resistance because we've seen as soon as price comes into this level, we create a spear shape, spear shape, spear shape, spear shape, spear shape, price consolidated, okay? Fair enough. Let's move on. Now let's look for our support levels. So we can see, and remember we're using current price action, okay guys? Current price action, and we're on a 4-hour chart. We see price started to push down and find some sort of new support here. This is a new form of support. We'll go into another chart in a minute anyway. And then we can see here, no, actually we can use this here. Yeah, that works, okay. Price found support here, and then we can see some sort of support here, okay? Now, how do we identify that these are strong levels? Well, what we can do is we can drop to our line chart, and as you can see, not so much of a spear shape here, but we know that price has rejected it, and then price has come back to this level and given us a spear shape. Here we have a spear shape also. Does anybody know why the spear shape is not touching this level? No?
No, I don't know.
See the wicks? Can you see the wicks?
Yeah.
Yeah. The line chart does not pick up on wicks. Okay, it only picks up on the bodies of the candles. But we've drawn this here because now another illustration to you guys is if we're drawing a support level here and we see previous price action, what we need to be doing is trying to take into account as many of these wicks as possible. Okay? Can everybody see this and understand what I'm trying to illustrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In this instance, we want to try and take in as many wicks as possible. Why? Because the more times price reacts off a level of support resistance, then that's confirmation to us that there is potential sell orders in the market. So based on the fact that price is moving down, And of course, we have this happening now. Price has now broken this strong level of support and has now closed below this level. What could we potentially start looking for at this level based on previous price action?
Rejection.
Very good. And we are looking for what in this market at this moment in time?
Sells.
Very good. Okay. So as I said, we'll go into more detail, and tomorrow's a very fun day. But for now, let's keep it real. So everybody can look at this chart now. Can you see the way we've chopped up this chart? Very simple. Okay. We haven't taken our drawings and started doing this and 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 this and this and this and this is funny. Yeah,
Shit.
we're not doing this. Okay, we're keeping it very simple. So let's look at this one more time. We'll go to another chart. This is how I'm going to look at the market tomorrow. Structure high, structure high, structure high, structure low. I know this is a strong level because it's rejected many times before. That's completely fine. Do I need anything else? No. Why? My bias on the market at this moment in time is sells only. So I'm looking for sales. So I'm eliminating as possible to the market. So sales only. So what am I waiting for? Well, okay, I'm going to wait for price to either show some sort of signs of resistance here. If not, I'll patiently wait for the price to break the structure to come back for a retest and push down. We're on a 4-hour time frame. Do I need to be looking at my charts all day long? No. Is there a trading opportunity? No. Okay, let's move on to a new chart. Everybody get that mindset? Okay. Let's have a look at GJ. This is a nice chart. So let's clear the drawings here. We're on a 4-hour time frame, okay? So this is a structure high. This is a structure high. This is, let's have a look at this, a structure high. This is a structure low. This is a structure low. So let me look at this market structure. These are my support and resistance levels. This is where I know price is reacting to the most based on the line chart. We have spears, 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 spears. Not so much of a spear here, but that's fine. A spear here and a strong spear here. Okay, fine. So I kind of gather that my levels are correct at this moment in time. What do I start to do? Well, I start to identify that price is doing what?
Moving down.
What are we looking for at this moment in time?
Sells.
Bills.
Okay. But what do we notice with GJ at this moment in time?
It's ranging.
It's ranging. So what could we potentially be looking for?
Breakouts.
Breakout.
To the upside or to the downside? In a ranging, either or at this moment in time, okay? Because if a ranging market is holding structure, then we know that there's sell orders here. If a ranging market is holding support, then we know that there's buy orders here. So with a consolidation, it kind of takes away from the structure of the market, because if the market is ranging, what is that telling us?
There's a battle between the bulls and the bears.
It's simple. That is it.
Easy control.
Very well done, bro. So there is literally a battle between bulls and bears. Okay? Nobody knows what they want to do. Nobody's taking control of the market. So if you are comfortable enough, when price comes back to a ranging market at a resistance level, what could you look for?
Sells.
And if it comes to the support, what could you look for?
Buys.
Very good. Simple. So now we have structure down. Okay. We have a ranging market. There's a lot happening. You can trade cautiously. This support level on this ranging market, let's see this now. So this has now moved 70 pips. Guys, look at this market structure. Now that it's happened, is it not simple to see that you could have taken a buy for this opportunity? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, how we enter this market is different, and I'm going to teach you a very powerful way to enter the market if you guys don't cheat and look in the Google Drive. If you do, then we'll go over in more details later in the week. That's a 70 pip buying opportunity based on this ranging market. Okay, now what we're going to do, guys, is just look at this structure. We've broken down our charts into simple formation. We can see that price is obviously moving down. We have our structure lows, our structure highs, our resistance levels, and our support levels. We now have two biases on the market. We can either look for sales based on market structure, or based on a range of market, we can look for buys or sells. Is that simple?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So that's that chart done for today. Okay, we know what we're doing with this. Let's have a look at the Euro USD. This is kind of cheating, right? So let's look at this market structure. We have structure high. Now, can I ask you something, guys? Looking at this, how important is this level while price is down here?
Not really that important.
Right. So if we stick to current price action, do you think that this will do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that hard to do?
No.
Okay, fine. So let's check our levels. So we have a spear shape here. Price has not obviously come to this level here. Does anybody know why?
Wick.
Very good. Very
Candle.
good. Price came to this level. Not so much of a spear formation, but we saw a strong push and then an extreme rally to the upside. Do you think this can stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at this pattern here, we saw a push to the downside. Not your most prettiest spear, but using common sense and logic, price rallied off. Okay. So these are the formations we're going to be, these are the patterns we're going to be, this is the support and resistance levels we're going to be using. So now looking at this market structure, guys, price is doing what? Moving
Down.
Down.
down. What are we looking for?
Down.
Sales. Okay,
Sales.
fine. Price comes to this level. Remember, these are 4-hour candles, guys. So don't get too excited. Patience is a virtue, okay? Because it's a lot of 4-hour candles, but it does work, believe me. So we have price stalling at this level, stalling at this level. What could this potentially mean we could have done here? Look for a what?
So
Okay. Do we look for a buy opportunity because we see strong big buy candles?
no.
No. We wait for price to start closing with 4-hour candles, giving us signs that price is failing to break. Now, just because we see these candles at the bottom, does this mean we're looking for buys?
No.
No. In order to look for buys, we must wait for price to make what?
Higher.
A higher high.
Very good. So until price makes a higher high, we do not look for buyers. So our decision in the market is still extremely simple. We just patiently wait. If price is doing this, we say, whoop-de-doo, I'm not going to trade you today. I'll just wait until you give me more information, okay? Price gave us information, loads of rejection, loads of rejection, loads of rejection, and then price fell. I'll show you how to get into this market in a very simple way. Now, price is pushed up. So we can see price has not come back to this structure high and started stalling at this level. So this is actually a level. So we can now start to suspect price is going to make what?
Yeah. That's all right.
The lower high.
Which I can do.
Okay,
Right.
hold on, guys.
Oh, I didn't come last night. Chooks were no good yesterday. I had to go home.
Wow. Lots of people having conversations. Okay, so if we're in a sell bias market, we can potentially expect price to make a new what? Forget about this structure. I want you to forget about this. What are we potentially looking for price to do? Break the structure low to make a what?
Lower.
Very
Lower
good. Lower low. Okay.
Lower low, yeah.
Yeah. Based on a sell bias market. So while price is in this area, can we look for a sell?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So looking at the 4-hour chart, no, we can't look. On Friday, I'll go into more details about advanced structure. Right now, if you keep it very simple, no, we can't, okay? Because price is at the moment between our two ranges. So if we look at market structure here, we can see that this resisted this level. Looking left, we can see that this was a strong level of support. Would it make sense that price comes back to this level and rejects it? Looking here at support, guys, current
Yeah.
price action, would it make sense that it rejected it?
Yeah, it's turned to resistance.
Okay, very good. So let's move on. That's how we draw our zones for this chart. So let's have a look at this chart. I hope you guys are getting the point. I don't want to obviously keep going over the same thing, but I think it's very important for you guys to recognize this because this is probably the most important thing as well as showing you how to enter the market, okay? So I'm looking at UJ now. I'll say I'll take this level for now because price is almost closed. This is a level. So I don't want you guys to draw your zone here, okay? We have a wick here and a wick here. So we just want to try and take as many wicks as we can. In this instance, we have the high of this wick and it cuts through the middle of this wick, okay? With the entry that you learn on Thursday, whether price has a false breakout or not will not affect you. I can promise you, okay? So just trust me on this. We have a structure low here, a structure low here, and a structure low here. Okay, so everybody has their support and resistance levels now and their structure. So looking at this structure, price was pushing to the upside, keeping it very simple. It found some sort of rejection. These are 4-hour candles, remember, and then started pushing to the downside. In order to continue buys, what must price do?
Make a higher high.
Make a higher high, very good. In order to make a higher high, it may break the structure, correct?
Yeah.
If price doesn't do this, what market are we looking at?
Sales.
Very good. Based on this rejection wick, could we potentially say this may be a strong level?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can potentially look for a sell opportunity based on this market. Now, this is UJ, so the range is pretty small, so you could probably get an entry here. Do not trade this, by the way, but you could potentially get in a trade here, okay? If we don't get in a trade here and price is in the middle of the zone, what are we waiting for?
A breakout.
Of the structure low, and then for price to come back and potentially push down. I'm not going into too much details, but this is market structure. Is this very clear how we may trade the structure? Are you understanding how simple this drawing your support and resistance based on the structure, guys?
Yep.
Okay, very good. And let's have a look at another one. No, this is horrible. What's it dollar? This is even worse. G's on P's. Wow. Let's go down here. Wow. Wow. Okay, fine. So let's have a look at this one, okay? This will be our final one, and then I'll answer questions. So look at this price action, just keeping it very simple. We have a structure level here. This one's a tiny bit more difficult, but I'll take the most obvious levels. We have a structure level here, and potentially this may be our new structure low based on the fact that price has not broken it just yet. Okay, so looking at this price action, guys, can everybody see which direction the market is moving?
Yeah, down.
Everybody's looking for sales at this moment in time. Now, looking at current price action, we can see rejection, rejection, rejection. So we know this is a key level of resistance. We see support, support, false breakout, support, support, support. So we know it's a strong level of support. And then we have a strong level of resistance. Very simple. Now, if you guys were to look at this now, okay, let me ask you, and you saw this happen, and then you saw this happen, if you were to look at your chart and then see this happen, would you say to yourself, oh, knowing the knowledge that I have, I could have entered the market here and this would have been a great trade? Would everybody agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If price came to the structure support and then all of a sudden came to it again, we'll call this a triple bottom in this instance, would you say to yourself, wow, this would have been a great buying opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we know this is a strong level of support, and then price broke this level and came back and found resistance, would everybody have said to themselves, well, support, if broken, turns resistance, this would have been a great selling opportunity?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me tell you something, guys. If you are able to follow what I'm telling you and draw your structure levels like this, and you patiently wait and sit on your hands, and remember, these are 4-hour candles, okay? So this is long, you know. This is super long. But look how many charts we can trade. There's no rush to get into any one chart, okay? If you're working, you have family, you have commitments, then just set your alarms and patiently wait. Because I promise you, if you patiently wait for your trading opportunities, i.e. in this instance, let's say here, this is 4 days you may have had to wait to enter this trade, okay? 4 days. It's a long time, you know, when you want to like tell your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, you know, your friends, your colleagues that you've just taken a very good trade. Yeah, it's a long time to wait. But if you did wait, and like some members have in this community, the patience to wait for this market to push down, I'm not saying you would have taken 581 pips, okay? But there's opportunity, if you understand what I'm saying, okay? Patiently wait for these opportunities to come, because I promise you, and I promise and promise and promise you, they will come if you are patient. If we start looking at this market structure, we know that this was a strong level of support at one time. Price broke this structure, came back, found resistance, found resistance, found resistance. Based off just this information here, you could have found a sell opportunity, okay? Price action here tells us it was support, 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 support. Price broke it, came back, retested it. Yes, you may have had to wait some time, but you had other charts. You could have took a very good selling opportunity. If this doesn't look clear to you here, guys, let me show you here. That break and retest. You can see it clearer here on the hourly chart. This is your break. This is your retest. If you start to see that the retest is pushing down and you fail to enter the market, then just patiently wait for it to come back to it, okay? The point I'm trying to illustrate, there is no rush to get into any trading opportunity. If you patiently wait and draw your charts, your support and resistance in this manner, I promise you, you will find trading opportunities, and I'll show you how to enter them later on in the week. Now, the reason why this happens, guys, and this will be the last thing we talk about, if price is pushing up, it must make what?
Higher highs.
If price is pushing down, this is your low, okay, and price is around this level now. In order for price to continue pushing down, it must make what?
Lower lows.
Lows.
Very good. So until you become more advanced with the strategy and have a deeper understanding, God damn it, why did I get rid of this line? Yeah, I want you guys to stick to these major structures for now, okay? And once you're able to do this and really identify what's happening in the market in this way, I can promise you, you will become consistent, okay? The simple fact is, in order for price to push down, it must make a low. And it will make a low, but just when we don't know. Okay, so we'll learn how to identify when it possibly will happen. In order for price to push up, it must make a high. When that will happen, we don't know. But again, I'll teach you how to identify that. And this is the simple way we approach this trading strategy. And everything you've learned, just pop to one side and identify the market how we've illustrated. Price will either push up, push down, move sideways. Our decision in a sideways market is either break a structure high and retest for a buy, break a structure low for a retest for a sell. If we're in a market that's moving up, we are only looking for buys. In the market, we're looking, if it's down, we're looking for sells. Everybody understands that. If we're in a sell bias market, then all we're simply waiting for is for price to break structure level lows and for confirmation of a retest to confirm sellers are in the market. If price is pushing up, then all we're waiting for is a break of structure highs because price must make a higher high, and then for a retest to confirm that buyers are still in the market, and then a continuation to the upside. This is how simple this strategy is, and this is how simple I want you guys to approach the market. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to illustrate with regards to how we draw our zones, how we view market structure, and what we'll be looking for in terms of formation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the only two price action I want you guys to identify is this. What do we call these?
Highs.
Okay, sorry, maybe I have to do this. Yeah, it is a high, but what's this little line here?
A wick.
What does a wick represent?
Rejection.
Rejection. If we're in a sell bias market and we can start to see that price is pushing up like this, and then all of a sudden we have this candle, okay, it's a nice looking red candle. Nice looking red candle. What do we call this candle?
Bearish engulfing.
Very good. I don't want you guys to go by any book that you've read, which means that the engulfing candle must be bigger than any of the candles to the left, and it should be bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. That's a load of okay. I want you to just focus on 2 candle formations for me, okay? Wicks, which represent rejection and price struggling to break structure. And then your next candle I want you guys to identify is your engulfing candle. However, I don't want you to identify your engulfing candle as your sell opportunity. I want you to do this in reverse. If we see price is pushing up strong as a bullish engulfing candle, to a resistance level, what can we anticipate price potentially maybe doing?
To U-turn.
No. Let's keep it real, okay? If price is pushing up and there's strong engulfing candles,
Oh, it could break. It could break the
break.
zone.
Right.
Okay. Now, if a strong engulfing candle does not break a zone and it's like this, okay, what does that potentially mean?
Not enough buyers to cause it to continue to go up.
Based on previous price action, exactly, it was not strong enough to continue pushing up. So now we can look for a potential solid selling opportunity. You see how we're putting everything together?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're doing this in reverse in terms of engulfing. Okay, so everything that you guys have taken in today, I want you to go away and just look at your charts. Okay, just look at them, and I can promise you, the way you will see your charts and understand market structure, it will be so different to how before you come into this webinar. Okay, go and practice it. Do not trade. Do not do anything. Just look. Go plot your levels on your charts. Now, some guys may call me out, which I don't mind. It's completely fine. And say to me, well, you're drawing them now because this has happened already. No. Let me tell you something. The reason why I can draw them out like this, even though it's already happened, is because it happens all of the time. But the trouble is, people are not patient enough to wait for this to happen. Okay? So there's a few things you guys need to adapt and change to. And of course, one of them is patience. If you are patient, promise you, you will find trading opportunities and it will change the game. Okay? So very simply, guys, look at your rejection candles as signs of exhaustion, and then look at your engulfing candles at strong levels of support and resistance and say to yourself, well, look, if price was pushing down strong, then all of a sudden it failed to break, then potentially sellers are exhausting at this level. Looking at this range based on previous price action, this was huge. Like for me, I'd say this is going to break. Well, no, not me personally, but before in the past, this is going to break because it's big. It's an engulfing candle. It's engulfed all the previous candles to the left. This is what you've been taught from your books and YouTube. However, it rejected. This rejection wick to me is more important than this whole candle. Why? Because of previous price action. And then if you say to yourself, okay, it's exhausted, then maybe I could potentially look for a buy. And then this range is 93 pips. Do you think in a 93 pip range, we can find at least 20 to 30 pips?
Yeah.
Very good. And that's how simple I want to keep it, guys, for you, okay? So go away, guys, digest this information. If you have to rewatch this, do it. As I said, I'm having issues with Google Drive, so we'll get it uploaded. Whether it will render or not, it's a different story, but it will definitely be there tomorrow. Don't overanalyze things, okay? Keep it very simple as we've discussed. And then tomorrow is the fun day when we start going into some really pretty patterns, okay? So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for coming. Does anybody have any questions regarding what we've discussed today?
Just that when we go away now, look at our charts, it's just the 4 hours we're sticking to, isn't it?
4 hours only, yeah. Thanks, Kath. So thanks for clarifying that. It will be the 4 hour time frame only. So with this strategy, if you have the time to do it, and for me personally, this is more of like a day trading / scalping, okay? So let me just break this down. We're going to use very small stop losses, and we're going to go for big targets. Not big targets as in 80 to 140 pips, i.e. swing, but we're going to try and maximize our risk to reward ratio. And the best time frame that I've found that we can do this on is the 4 hour time frame. Yes, we can use the daily in terms of understanding that we see that the previous couple of candles were red, bearish, okay? So we could potentially look for sells. But when I say, if you go over to the 4 hour time frame, you start to overanalyze things too much. Whereas if you look at the 4 hour time frame, everything just looks just a little bit more prettier, okay? So stick to your 4 hour time frame only. This is going to be used for your support and resistance levels. And then once you master doing this, this should take you guys, I don't know, an hour, a couple of hours, maybe a day to do this. Once you master dropping your support and resistance levels in without over analyzing it, okay, I want to do one more chart for you, sorry, very quickly, and I'll let you go back to what you're doing. EuroCAD, this will do, yeah, this is actually very simple. Okay, so this is how simple I want you to do. Boom, 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 boom. Was that difficult?
No.
Okay, this is all I want you to do, okay? Until you become more advanced, then you can start dropping other levels, which I'll teach you on Friday. You can start to find these ones here, these in-between levels, which is support, resistance, resistance, okay? And then let me do this so that we don't confuse the situation. At that moment in time, this was a high, and then we see price broke it and come back, and vice versa. But the more you start drawing, the more confused it will become, okay? So just stick to those levels and work with those on the 4 hour time frame only. Does that answer your question, Kath?
Yep, that's fine.
Very good. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, I'll take everybody's silence as a no. I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. And I told you it's going to be very simple and very stupid, or may sound stupid, but it is very powerful. We had a group last week or the week before of about 8 new members that joined for this. Again, we have a huge group that's joined again. It was very successful for them. They're now contributing to the group. They're doing very well in terms of understanding the strategy. So just trust in me, guys, for 5 days, please. If on Friday or Saturday you say to yourself, no, this is not for me, then do whatever you're doing. But one important thing to know, guys, is everybody perceives and understands the market differently. Trading is very personal, and you have to find a strategy that fits with your character. Okay, so if you are experiencing trading, then what I would suggest you do is the information that I'm relaying to you, understand it in the way that you understand it best, extract the most important information that benefits you, and then apply it to what you know. And this is how you become better at trading. Once you do that and then apply yourself, new questions start to pop up, and then those new questions you can address. And this is how you refine becoming a consistent trader with a systematic approach to the market. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much, yeah.
Very good. So, guys, again, thank you for your time. I hope you'd enjoyed it, and we will catch up tomorrow. If you have any questions, I'm always here. Drop me a message privately or in the group, and I'll answer it for you guys, okay? So, everybody who's come, take care. Have a good evening, and we will speak soon, okay?
Thank you. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.